Deciding whether it's time to sell your home here in Edmonds is rarely a simple decision. If you've been in your home for years, sometimes decades, there usually comes a point where you start wondering what the market is doing and whether it might be the right time to make a move. So, today I want to walk you through what actually happened in February because when you really look at the numbers, the story becomes a lot clearer. And one number this month is surprising a lot of people. This month, when we look at Edmonds as a whole for previously owned homes, the median price came in at $917,500. That's just a little lower than we were this time last year by about $14,000. So overall, the market is actually holding pretty steady. But Edmonds is one of those places where the two zip codes can actually tell slightly different stories. So if your home happens to be in 98026, the median price coming in this month is about $905,000, which is very similar to where we were last year. So overall, that part of Edmonds is moving along in a fairly steady way. Now, if your home is in 98020, the median this month comes in at $962,500, compared with about $1.27 million this time last year. Those two numbers are a little over $300,000 apart, and when you first see that or hear it, it can feel pretty shocking. But when you actually look at the homes that sold, the story becomes much clearer. Last year during this time period, only 7 homes sold, and the upper half of those sales started about $1.27 million. There was also a $3 million sale in that mix, which naturally pushes those numbers way higher. This year, we have 10 homes that sold, and 5 of those were under $1 million. So what really changed here isn't necessarily the value of homes. What changed is where the middle of the market landed this year. Last year, the middle of the sales were sitting around $1.27 million, and this year the middle landed just under $1 million, which naturally pulls the median down. This is exactly why I always like to look a little deeper than the headline number. In a market, especially like Edmonds, where the number of homes selling can be fairly small, just a few homes in different price ranges can move that median quite a bit. Knowing that there were 10 homes that sold here in 98020 and a total of 21 homes available for sale, is still a fairly small number of homes overall, which is pretty typical for this part of Edmonds. What really matters though is how homes move once they come on the market. When a home lines up well with what the area supports, meaning the price makes sense, the condition feels right, and the setting fits the home, people interested in buying homes are definitely paying attention. These homes are still moving. But when the price does stretch beyond what the market supports, those homes simply take more time. And that's something we're seeing a little more of this year. Another way we can see that playing out is by looking at what homes are actually selling for compared to their list price. In February, the homes that sold in 98020 were generally selling pretty close to where they were listed, and in some cases, even a little above. And interestingly, out of the 10 homes that did sell, only one had seller concessions, and even that was a very small amount. So this tells us something important. When a home enters the market at a price that lines up well with what buyers expect in Edmonds, people interested in buying homes are still willing to move forward without a lot of negotiation right now. But when a home comes on the market that maybe is at a price that stretches beyond what buyers feel the home supports, that's when we start to see the longer time on market and occasional price adjustments. Now, before we wrap up here, it's also helpful to take a quick look at what's happening in the condo market in the same area, 98020. There were only 2 condo sales here during February, so it's a very small sample size. One sold for $592,000. The other was a much larger luxury unit that sold around $2.25 million. With only 2 sales and such a wide range in price and size, it's really difficult to draw any meaningful trend from that alone. Right now, there are 9 condos currently on the market, ranging anywhere from $365,000 on the lower end all the way up to $2.8 million. So again, you can really see how wide the range of homes and condos here in Edmonds can be. And that's part of what makes Edmonds such an interesting place to watch. The homes are unique, the neighborhoods each have their own character, and small differences can really influence how a home performs once it comes to the market. If you're at a point where your home no longer fits your life the way it once did, or maybe you're simply wondering where to even begin, those are the kinds of conversations I love having and I care a lot about helping you through. And when you're ready to talk through your situation and put a clear plan together for your next move, I'm always here and happy to help. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.